Did you get everything you need, sir?
Is there anything else that you needed?
I'm not leaving my property until we both leave together.
Is there anything else?
I don't even trust her with you.
Is there anything else that you?
Okay. Why don't you trust her with me?
First of all,
hold on, wait, stop.
You did.
This is my house.
You own the house, but you rent it, sir.
Stop it.
Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, go on and do what you're going
I'm
to do.
going to do what I'm doing. I'm taking a report.
Yeah, and I'm going to call first. I can call Brett.
Don't do that. Don't do that to him because he ain't even done nothing.
No,
This is what you're doing. You getting on to
that door 'cause she was
everybody.
in the way.
But you getting
She
on
was
to
standing behind us,
everybody.
so you committed an assault.
You getting on to
And a
everybody.
burglary because you can't go into your house if you've rented it to somebody.
Let me tell you what happened, sir.
You barged into the door. I seen it.
The door was open.
Y'all stop.
The door was
The door
closed.
was open, but she was
And
standing
she was
behind
standing
it,
right
and you
there.
pushed it open.
And I asked her, we coming in.
You pushed it open.
You said she was a
Now we
sheriff.
can do this. You can leave or you can go to jail with me. How about that?
Sir, listen to me now.
Okay.
Good blessed Throwback Thursday, February the 22nd, 2024. The time being 6:22 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say or do or produce. That's your prerogative. You have a First and a 14th Amendment right to the United States Constitution. Freedom of speech, freedom to gather, freedom to protest, freedom to associate, as long as you do it in a peaceful manner. Today, what I want to talk about, I know I said I was going to stop, but every time I see something different, you see this, the Enterprise carrier, it's Tuesday, February the 20th, 2024, Charleston, Missouri. Y'all know what this is. This is Lester Gillespie with the brown pants, and I guess that's an orange shirt, whatever it is. Him and the lady to the right of him is holding a certificate. Let's see what the certificates say. I'm going to show you how much they lie and show you how much these people, federal and state people and city and local people, and if the shoe fit, wear it. Not all of y'all, but how they don't do their investigation. Now look at this, what they're giving him. This is a appreciation. Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center. That's Lester Gillespie, the CEO. You notice they ain't got no name, so they know I was going to read this here. Based it in Charleston. They didn't even put Charleston, Missouri, but it's Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. Recently received a certificate of appreciation from the FCC, the Federal Communication Commission, Behavior Health, for over 29 years of outstanding community service. Now, let me show you some of the biggest lies. Number one, the self-improvement center, the Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center, haven't even been out 9 years, let alone 29 years. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it was. And they said he was doing the organization doing outstanding community service for 29 years. Now, Charleston, Missouri, give or take, I believe it was the 2020 census said the town was 5,947 people, give or take. But we talking about 4 years later. Could be more, could be less. I doubt if it's at a standstill. But anyway, 51% is black. 46, I think, percent is white. Now, you see Lester Gillespie. Right beside him, I had to get somebody from Raymond Research and Recovery to check it out. I think the guy right behind him with the hat on is his son-in-law. The female with the baby is his daughter. Him and his daughter, they put charges against me. Well, tried to. Said that I was stalking them. Said that they was afraid of me. Same judge out of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, heard each one of the cases separate. One in 2016, the other one in 2023. Dismissed it, both of them. But let me show you something about Les Gillespie now. Let me show you how he lied. Y'all know he was on KFVS 12, Channel 12 News, being honored by KFVS 12 News out of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Just recently, this week I believe it was, honoring him as being a black business person, a man. They mentioned what he had. He was the CEO of Fresh Start, president. He didn't say it in his newspaper because he know I'm gonna look at it. But let me show you how they don't do their investigation. KFVS 12 don't, nor do the FCC. Because if the FCC would have looked a little bit deeper into Lester history, number one, they would have known Fresh Start ain't been around for no 29 years. If it's 29 years, I've been down here 28 years. I came down here May the 3rd of 1996. That means Fresh Start had to be around since 1995. 2024 minus 1995 should come up to 29 years. But if you Google up, Fresh Start was founded May the 8th, 2018. Initially registered July the 23rd, 2020. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, y'all? But let me show you. Let's go back here. Now, if it was formed in 2018 plus 6 is 2024. So we know it wasn't no 29 years. But let's say if it was. Let's say he was doing, they said he was doing outstanding community service. Let me show you something here. This is a Wall Street journalist staff reporter. You see what I'm saying? This is something he wrote August the 5th, 1997. If you want to look it up, look up Missouri Town Scandal Shows Election System Ills. In other words, voter fraud. You will find out that Lester Gillespie, during these 29 years, let me show you what type of outstanding service he was doing for the community. In 1995, Lester Gillespie was in our black community where he at now. He found another way. Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center showed him another way to rape the black community. Lester Gillespie was over in our black community, Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, on the west side of town, taking advantage of the alcoholics and the drug addicts. Let me tell you what he was doing. It was doing voter time. You don't believe me? Google up some of the stuff that I just told you. You see, FCC don't do their history. Triple R, Raymond Research Recovery, in the Underground Railroad, we do our history. We do our research. Lester Gillespie was giving blacks in the black community that was addicted to drugs and alcohol. This way it should be. See, the sheriff, Brenton Farrell, he takes up for Lester Gillespie. He puts this in the paper saying how he doing some arrests. These ain't no dealers. These people that's just addicted that need help that Lester claim he be helping. But let's get back to Lester. Lester Gillespie was giving blacks in the black community. Google it up. Voter fraud in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, 1995. But Lester Gillespie was giving the misfortunate blacks that was addicted to drug and alcohol, giving them four options. 1, a cigar. 2, a dollar bill. 3, a bag of candy. 4, a 40-ounce can of Old English beer. they can have one of those to vote for who Lester tell them to vote for. Lester was telling them to vote for what the white supremacists wanted Lester to have the black people to vote for. He can't vote no more because a Wall Street journalist was investigating because the police department and the sheriff department is working, not all the sheriff department, but the police department been working with him for years, decades. He was convicted of voter fraud. That was in 1990. They caught up with, they started the investigation in 95. I think they got him in 96 or 97. He pled guilty to voter fraud. Ain't that something? But this lady, proudly, they smiling. Now, it's 5,947 people in the town. And look how many people we got here. 1, 2, 3. Lester make 4. His brother-in-law, his son-in-law 5. His daughter 6. His grandbaby is 7. One of his workers all the way in the back, I know that's one of his workers. 8, 9, 10. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 people. 10 people. Somebody had to take the picture. 10 people out of 5,947 people. You mean you can't find, he this good of a person doing so much in the community, he couldn't have this place filled up? You know why he can't have it filled up? Because the black people in the black community and some whites is full of hiss or don't and can't really put up with no more of his mess. Paul Page allowed him to use our civic center, the Lincoln School, the place where I'm barred from. But now, watch the contradiction when he on the news. See, when you lie, you got to keep on lying. On the news channel, when he was live, he told the news reporter that Fresh Start started in 2019. That means it wouldn't be but 4 years old. But let me tell you this here. It was formed in 2018. But let's see when it was registered. Where that registration at? You see when it was registered, y'all? It was registered July the 23rd, 2020. So that go to show you how much he lies. You see what I'm saying? And he can't get nobody. He ain't no servant of the community. Lester Gillespie is no different than Adolf Hitler. Ain't that something? He got his grandbaby and his daughter in there. And from what they say, some of the people, they stopped sending their kids over to the Lincoln School because his daughter being abusive to young children, black children. Now, let me see the FCC take him over there on the white side of town and see what they say about him being, where is it at? Let me dip back a little bit. Outstanding community service. But I'm going to leave right here, y'all. I want y'all to look at this here. Now, look at the contradiction. You remember what this here paper says? He been doing it for 29 years. Fresh Start been around for 29 years. But yet, he, on the news, live, he said it was formed in 2019. This, if you Google it up, it'll tell you it was formed in 2018, and they didn't register as an organization until 2020. This is your liar. This way he was at in 1996 or 97, maybe 1998 when he pled guilty. But let me tell you another thing about Lester Gillespie. Lester Gillespie is on our zone committee here in Charleston, Missouri, a convicted felon. Him and his buddy, he's a pastor now, Rodney Jones, a convicted rapist. Now look at all the properties that Lester Gillespie and Rodney Jones is getting here in Charleston, Missouri, being on the zone committee. That's a conflict of interest when you don't put it in the public so the public can try to buy this stuff. When you running these programs that's ran by government money, you don't supposed to be prospering. You and your family. The community's supposed to be profiting. Now, what happened to Sherry Maxwell? You used to work with Sherry Maxwell, didn't you, Lesker Gillespie? Fell out about money, didn't you? You fell out with your own sister-in-law, a preacher, her and her husband that's preachers. You fell out with them. You fell out with a lot of people that ran these transportation because all you wanted was money. You fell out with some of your own family, you and your wife, about your parents' houses. I know 3 black females, you put them out. Now look who you got in your houses. All they got to do is do research. All you deal with is drug dealers, drug addicts, alcoholics, and people that ain't doing nothing for the community. Can't nobody on this photo with you say that they doing anything in the community. Yeah, I'll be doing something if you giving me some money. But I done talked to brothers that been in your father's program when they was getting $500, and then when you start doing it again, having some of the same people in it again, instead of giving them 500, you broke it down to 2. You know what happened to the rest? Putting it in your pocket. But y'all can't do that for long. Instead of that being all white faces, it's going to be them black faces. Get somebody to babysit. Peace be still. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all another thing about Lester. About December, y'all remember December the 7th, 2022 at 603 Lee Street, one of his houses. Black female and her children was staying there. You can hear him with the sheriff deputy. You can hear Lester. This is my house. I can call Brent Farrow. I work for him. Brent Farrow is the sheriff. The sheriff deputy telling him the law. The sheriff deputy went to school to know what the law is. He told Lester, you committing a burglary and an assault. The girl that he was renting from didn't want to sleep with him. And she kept on saying, stop it, stop it. Then when he was talking about calling Brent Farrow on the sheriff deputy, she said, you don't need to do that. You blaming everybody. You getting on everybody. Now, what if your daughter here on this picture with you and her baby was in an apartment and I got to forcing my way in it? Or somebody else got to forcing their way in it? What you did to that girl, it's going to come back to you and your family. Just watch and see. Because I'm watching and praying. You smiling right now. Your daughter's smiling right now. She just as evil as you is. I seen that in the courtroom. You see what I'm saying? Y'all breeded her to be evil just like y'all. But you can't take none of that stuff to hell with you because you ain't going to heaven. And the FCC, y'all ought to be ashamed of giving him this certificate of appreciation. Look what he did to this girl, this black female. Oh, that's right. You might not even care because you white. You might not care what she done to him, to what he did to this black girl. But that white sheriff deputy, he cared what he did to him because he told him and handcuffed him. But Lester Gillespie's wife called the sheriff because Lester said he worked for the sheriff. Sheriff made the deputy unhandcuff Lester after he committed a crime. But see, you got away with that crime here. But I know it's places in Washington, D.C. and other places that watch my YouTube video. I'm looking for the day to see them handcuff you, your daughter, your wife, and anybody else that's working with you. Because if you working with him, you crooks just like he is. I don't care who you is.
And welcome back. We continue to celebrate Black History Month, focusing on Black-owned businesses and organizations throughout the heartland, some that you may not have heard about. And in fact, we have with us this morning, this is Lester Gillespie. He's the CEO and director of the Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center in Charleston. I want to make sure I had that right.
You got it right.
And we're just so glad to have you here with us today. First of all, do you think that this is an organization that people outside of Charleston maybe not have heard of yet?
Well, I mean, we've been around since 2019, so we kind of known.
Starting to get word out.
Yeah, the word's getting out, and so the other part of it is, and then we do some programs in other counties, like New Madrid County and also down in Pembroke County. So I'm kind of getting the word out and people knowing who we are.
Okay, well, fresh start. I assume that means you're helping people to maybe get that fresh start, to start over from various situations in their lives. So are we talking to get them back on track in terms of mentally getting them stable, or financially giving them, you know, maybe a little bit of a hand up when it comes to making them feel more secure in their lives?
Yes. What we do is we do a lot of community engagement, of course, but the other part of it is having good partners, people that you can partner with to bring those resources into those communities. We partner with, of course, our school district, Charleston, our one school district. We also partner with the University of Missouri, which is with ParentLink. And we also work closely with our local health departments and Boot Hill Babies and Families that works with the infant mortality rate that's going on in our region. But the big thing is just making sure that we're able to engage in such a way in which people know where resources are. Try to be a one-stop shop for everybody, but making sure that we get them what they need.
Okay, so give us an example of the types of people that you've been able to help over these last few years.
Well, of course, we really focus a lot on youth, so we get youth involved, getting youth to take that next step after high school to go to college. We also work with our local health departments, like for instance, when the COVID came, we was able to assist them in making sure that the community knew about the importance of getting those COVID shots and things of that sort. And then with the Boot Hill Babies and Families, and ParentLink, we work closely with them in making sure that these young mothers have an opportunity to become good parents. And then with the fathers, we had a program called Fathers on the Move, where we really want them to be involved with their child's life at an early stage. And so, like making the prenatal meetings and things of that sort.
Right.
But also teaching them the importance of how to be a father and also how to engage with their children, spending time with them, taking them to the park, doing things with their kids that is important as they grow older.
Right, because those kids, they need their dads.
Yes,
100%.
Exactly.
So you guys are really just trying to get the word out to let people know that there are resources.
Yes.
You don't have to struggle alone. You don't have to do this life that we have to face every day alone, that there are ways that you can get some help.
Yes.
And you're right there in Charleston, and how do people reach you and get in contact?
Well, basically, we already out there, so that's easy. And Charleston is a very small community, and so what happens is that when we have programs, we, of course, use social media, but the most important thing is making sure that they know we're there. And so we have activities that we bring the families in, and so whatever the subject matter is that we want to discuss, we'll have activity night, a family night where we have door prizes and things of that sort to entice them to come. And once they're there, we give them information that they can hold on to and to build a closer knit family. And I also make sure that they have what they need as they go forward.
All right, so before we let you go, tell us again, Facebook, website, how do people find out more about you?
Well, we have a web page as well, Fathers on the Move, Boot Hill Fathers, and then we also we are on Facebook, of course. And so being out there on social media, it's easy for people to get in contact with you because all they gotta do is push a button and you're right there.
Right there.
So we are excited about all the things that we're doing, and we're gonna continue to do this work and as we go forward and making sure that families in the Boot Hill have those opportunity outlets to be successful.
Absolutely. Lester, thanks so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for
Hope
having
you
me.
have a wonderful day, and
Okay.
we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Did you get everything you need, sir?
Is there anything else that you needed?
But I'm not leaving my property until
Is
we
there-
both leave together.
is
And
there
I don't-
anything else that-
I don't even trust her with you.
Is there anything else that you?
Okay, why don't
Okay.
you trust her with me?
First
Because
of all,
you just
Hold on,
barged
wait,
in
wait,
here and
wait,
committed
stop,
burglary.
stop.
You did.
this is my house, huh?
You own the house, but you rented it, sir.
Stop it.
Listen to me, man.
Huh?
Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, go on and do what you're
I'm
gonna do.
going to do what I'm doing. I'm taking a report.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call fire.
You can call Brent.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to him, because he ain't even done nothing.
No,
This is what
I-
you're doing. You getting
I
on
opened
to
that door 'cause he was
everybody.
in the way.
But
He-
you
She
getting on
was
to
standing behind us,
everybody.
so you
No,
committed
no.
an assault.
You getting on to
And a
everybody.
burglary because you can't go into your house
You're
if you've
get-
rented it to somebody.
Let me tell you what happened, sir.
Uh-huh. You barged into the door. I seen it.
The door was open.
Y'all stop.
The door was
Yeah, the door
closed.
was open, but she was
And
standing
she was
behind it,
standing
and you
right
pushed it
there.
open.
And I asked her, we coming in.
You pushed it open.
You said she was a
Now we
sheriff.
can do this. You can leave, or you can go to jail with me. How about that?
Sir, listen to me, man.
Okay.